Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Welcome to DTM Real Talk. We are back this Sunday. Hope you had a good time in service this morning. If you went, and if you didn't, I still hope you was being grateful in a sense of gratitude. But anyway, we are back with Paul and Shay, and they're going to take us a little deeper into their relationship, their marriage union right now, where they are today. Say hi to the folks, y'all.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, last week we heard they were married for 12 years. They've been married for 12 years. They met as high school sweethearts. And you know, y'all got a little point. Go shopping so you can find you a wife. Anyway, just playing. So make sure you're a bagger boy. So, okay. And then y'all could get a Paul. But anyway, again, good evening, you guys. And we are ecstatic about this evening rather. And Shay and Paul, welcome. And I want to thank you for sharing. This is good. This is good. This has been a few months now. So thank you. So let's talk about where you guys are now. 12 long years. And you said you were Christian. So obviously you've been trusting God in your marriage because you're still here. But tell the good folks a little bit about your journey now, where you are. Where are you? What are some of the challenges with children? I think we left off last week, and Shay shared in her area with your son, which was a miracle. I can ditto that. I actually have a son that was in a car accident in 2014. And I need to tell you, he was in ICU for 46 days. So I know exactly where you are. And the doctor said if he came out, he would be a vegetable. Okay, hear me well. And he would just be on tubes for the rest of his life. I need to tell you that the gift that God had given him before he was in the accident was contracting. He's good with his hands. He fixed everything. I need to tell you that same child can build your house today, right now.
That's incredible.
He will come in if you got a garage or something that's upside down or right side up, and tell him what you need done. He'll tell you, I got this. Get out of the way. So, you know, I ditto you about walking miracles. I'm this is about y'all, but I'm a little excited now. I'm a walking miracle myself. They gave me 6 months to live in 1993, but I tell you, I serve a really big God. And that's another story for another day. So Shay, talk about a few challenges. No, Paul, talk about a few challenges. Family life, just share about that.
I guess specifically around our kids, you know, our little girl, she's almost 11 now. And so, you know, she's becoming a teenager, and I know some of the challenges we have. She's very headstrong, very passionate about what she wants to do. And so it's very difficult to break her when she puts her mind on something. You know, and as parents, we can see her going, you know, not making a decision that's right, or just, you know, not something that we really want her to go down, and just being able to sit there and talk to her about it. You know, I was talking to her about some stuff today around decisions she has to make, and you know, she takes a while to think on stuff, and so it's really hard to move her in a different direction. And so it's a challenge, you know, to deal with her when it comes like that. And then my son, he's he's very quick, fast moving. I mean, he's from one thing to another.
I wonder where he got that from. I wonder who you sitting next to. I wonder where he got fast moving from.
Yeah, he's I don't know how to say, he's very determined
Uh-huh.
to accomplish something. And so a lot of he's 8 now, so a lot of our talks that we've been having is that we've been talking about is just when he's determined to do something, to make sure he's completing those, doing the task all the way. He's just,
Yeah.
he's just a typical boy. He just,
He's focused.
does one thing and he's on to another thing. And it's like, well, you didn't even pick up after yourself or do anything or be considerate around other people. And so, this is a lot of challenges. Our kids are right there in that age of, not being kids anymore and just really growing up, starting to be, preteens. And so that's a lot of our challenge now.
Right.
I guess specifically with our kids, another challenge is just making sure we're spending time with our kids. They're up and down the street now. They want to play with different friends, and when it's evening time, they want to play their game or watch their TV,
Swim.
or go swim, or just run around.
Mhm.
And just making sure we're doing things together as a family. Making sure we're eating
Right.
dinner together. We sit down, we try every night. Some nights we miss, just spending time reading together and doing a study together. And it's getting harder and harder as they grow because just how active they are.
Right. Right. Very good. So what do you, well, you kind of expressed it. So Shay, with hearing what he's going through, you're going through the same thing. How are you putting some things in place to deal with that, to handle the children? What are some things that you're doing specifically in those areas?
I'm with them all day because we homeschool. And so making sure during the day everything's intentional. And I have a business that I do run out of our home. And so I can be doing that all day if I choose to, because I just love doing it.
Right.
But me making sure that I'm intentional about the time I spend with the kids, and me being focused, because I'm ADD,
Right.
being focused on just that, because I could be on my phone, I could be
Right.
messaging a customer, I could be working in my office, like all those things. But making sure that quality time is very important to me. And so making sure that that is something I'm doing, because one, for both of my kids, like yesterday, my daughter was playing with friends all day and I had a million things I could be doing, but my son was like, Mom, I want to spend the day with you. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. What do you want to do? He wanted to play a animal game with me. And so I was like, sure, let's do that. He wanted to bake homemade brownies. And so we did that together, like making sure I'm doing those things, because the time is not in our favor. And so making sure that I love on them as much so they have the memories, because I know the memories I had as a kid. So I want to make sure that they can look back when they're an adult and say, gosh, I remember when my mom could have been doing this, this, and this, but no, she spent time baking brownies. And like, for Mother's Day, one of the gifts, they love Legos. Legos is like their favorite thing to do. And so he had a challenge for them. Paul made a challenge for them to build something that it's for their favorite thing they do with me. And so they built replicas of their favorite thing. And Hannah's was me sitting on her bed at night reading her a book. And so that's her favorite thing. And I never realized that was her favorite thing. And Eli's was a kitchen set, and him and I were baking brownies or cookies together. And so like when Eli yesterday wanted to bake brownies with me, I remembered that set, and I was like, gosh, that is his favorite thing to do with me, is in the kitchen. And so I made sure that was something that I did with him yesterday.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. You said a whole lot. You actually said what, have you heard of the 5 love languages?
Yes.
Okay. You actually said what most people don't know, and how to deal with their children, which what I didn't know. I have just, since I call myself mastering it, but I'm a lot more aware and in tune of it now. So it makes for better relationships with not only my children, but people, period. And you just cited the child, what's your son's name? Eli, his love language is presence, spending time.
Yes.
Oh, I know that. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't know that at the time I was raising my children. I knew nothing of that. A mother just kind of takes like, okay, I'm divorced. So I was single at the time, divorced at the time. So it's like, if you take care of children, you keep them from being hurt, you make sure they're covered. But guess what?
Survival mode.
Yeah, survival mode. They all need something different. And if you don't key into that, now they know you love them. Your kids know you love them, but they feel more loved when you give them their love language. So that is so good that you're tuned into that, because you have identified your son's love language and your daughter's love language, because they're different, but yet you love them both, but you know where
Right.
yeah, where. Wonderful, beautiful. I could shout all over the place. Y'all ain't shouting out. Okay, so where are you now? We got it with the kids. You guys are experiencing some challenges. That's normal. With they're growing up and they're exploring. And remember this is what keeps me. Train up a child in the way they should go. When they are old, they will not depart. Now they're gonna stray. They may stray. They may go buck wild. Trust me. It might look like, oh my God, whose child is this? But the word of God is so sure. God is such a faithful God. You lay it down and he's going to bring it back, because he is faithful to his word. So you know he's going to be faithful to you. Oh my God, don't get me started. So do what you do. Keep doing what you're doing and learn some more of what you're doing and keep doing it. So that's what keeps me today. Okay, so talk to the good folks about some things that you've learned in the past year or two about each other. Maybe negative and you tunneled over it, or you're at a good spot now, or maybe just something new that you didn't know about each other that you know now. Something new, because you didn't know everything about each other 5 years ago, but you know now something different.
In the last year, you said, or?
Oh, it lasts 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Something that you didn't know about each other when you first got married.
Yeah.
We've
been together for 2 years, dating.
That's good.
So
That's good. Look, my brother always says, now, if you're not growing, you're dead, and y'all ain't dead, so you're growing. So what have you learned new about each other that you didn't know in the past? I think I just threw you out there.
Might have got us here.
Did you learn something new about her that you didn't know she liked, or that you didn't know the way she was, or that you had never seen her respond maybe in a certain way, and then she responded in this particular way? Good, bad, or indifferent, doesn't matter. Looks like you just discovered.
No clue. I don't know anything recent in the last 5 years. It's
something.
It's gonna come back when we get off this line.
Something new, I guess. Like she says, she works from home. And she has a little business, and we talked last week about like some of her self-confidence. About she just doubts herself sometimes. I know she was expanding her business and doing different things, and just encouraging her, like that she can do these things, and just really watching her confidence now doing it. She actually teaches people how to do it. She does, and just see her blossom in that way. And like, she does have a lot of confidence, especially around your business now. Like, she knows what she's doing and she's helping other people. And so seeing that in her, I guess, is something new in the last couple of years that I've discovered. Because in the past, she really has, you express a lot of doubt on the things that you do. But with your business now, you're on your way and you're confident, and I can see that you're not struggling with that as much.
That's beautiful. I actually saw that too. I was just waiting for you to say it. So what do you do, Shay?
I have a vinyl. It's a lot of different things, but I do like a personalized gifts. But I do like laser cuts and vinyl and shirts and stuff like that.
Okay. So you like shirts, t-shirts, and stuff like that?
Shirts, and I can engrave and cut out wood and.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, you got that confidence, and I see it all over you.
I enjoy it.
Hey. Okay. What is something that you have discovered new in your husband that you had?
When you said that, I was thinking that, I mean, he's a jack of all trades. He can do, I mean, my dad has taught him a lot of what he knows.
Uh-huh.
But he was always fearful, I guess, of working with wood. And so, what was the first thing you built? Something. But he has learned that he has a love for building with wood. And so I remember whatever the first thing he built was, I remember him like kind of like trash talking himself. This doesn't look good. I can't stand this. And I had to build his confidence in that of just saying, it looks amazing. Like, I can't believe you built that. And now, I mean, you go in every room of our house, there's something he built. And so I think his confidence in himself with woodworking, just knowing that he can do it, and like, he's been able to teach other people how to do things with wood, like doing pocket screws and all those cool things so that you can't see screws after you build stuff in. So, I mean, that's something he's done. I mean, our kitchen table that I teach school on, it's like our homeschool room / dining room table / game table, all the things. That's the table that he built. And I mean, there's marks from the kids getting aggravated during math, I mean, on it. And it's going to be a cherished table that we will have our entire life because it has marks from our kids on it. So it's just
awesome. I see that you guys encourage each other a lot. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, you encourage each other a lot in your weaknesses. So that's good. So talk to the good folks about there. In the past 20 years, my dad used to always say, you need to see your partner, your future mate, at the height of his anger and to see how he handles his pressure. So my question to you is, can you remember at the height of his anger, what was that situation concerning or similar, and how did he handle it? And what was your response at his handling it?
I mean, before he was a Christian, before he accepted Christ, he dealt with a lot of anger. And so when he became a Christian, like, I could see that being removed from him. That was one of his, probably the hardest thing for him. And so I could see the Lord had like removed it immediately from him. And so he was very calm tempered and just very go with the flow kind of person. But there was one day, we were married about 6 months, and he was making something in the kitchen because we both like to cook. So he was in the kitchen, and Paul does not like to run out of things. Like, if we have vinegar, he wants to have 5 of them. And so he liked the 10 for 10 deals at Winn-Dixie, because he would just buy all 10 of them, because he wanted to make sure he had enough. There was one day he went into the pantry to get oil, and we were out. Okay. And I remember he slammed the pantry door and stormed out of the house. And I was like, what just happened? Like, is he that mad over oil? And he came back with 12 oils. And he said, you will not run out of oil. And so that's like our number one thing. Like, when we think of a fight, that was our first fight in our marriage, because we were like, in love and in bliss. I was like, what just happened? We just had our first fight. And so that's the thing I remember. And anytime, like, still today, if he goes and like, we've overcome this argument over oil, but anytime he like goes to open the pantry or the fridge, I'll go because I'm like, oh my gosh, we're out of something. Right? He
wounded you.
And so like he went to go make he does like cucumbers with oil and vinegar and stuff like that. And I was like going to get the stuff for him. And I was like, are we out of vinegar? And I was like, no, we're not. Okay. And this is, 12 years later, I'm still like, I gotta make sure we have stuff. That was like our first like fight and
right.
anger type thing. But I mean, he's pretty, like, he's learned through that. And so, I mean, there's not many times he like, I don't think you've ever like fly off the handle kind of thing, but he has, we all have our moments where we get aggravated, but we're there to like, hey, chill out, or let's not get aggravated over something so silly.
Right. Okay. Awesome. So Paul, the lady that's all over the place. So I know that you have seen this woman at the height of her anger in some situation. How did that affect you? First of all, what was that situation? if you can recall? And how did that affect you?
I think probably the most mad I've seen her is when I'd be on a call for work. Um, we're eating dinner and I get a phone call. You have to come to work. And so like, all right, so eat dinner real quick, and my mind is at that point like, I want to support our family. This is
Right.
what I do. So I go get dressed and come out, and I'm ready to go to work. And
Right.
and now I have a wife who's mad, so mad that she's crying, like, you don't have to go to work, and just like she said before, she struggled with you
Yeah.
know at night just being alone. And so I think that fear
Yeah.
turned into an anger, and then just being, and then being so mad. And here I am torn, like, okay, well, I'm trying to make sure we have a house to live in, but then I'm also trying to make sure I'm supporting my wife, and just seeing, and it happened quite a bit because you'd be on call and you get called in and just seeing
Sure.
her mad. And it's like, it's not my decision to be called into work. I'm just trying to go to work when they call me, and just seeing her mad like that. So it's probably the most mad I've seen her.
That's pretty
Most
good for
time.
12 years. Okay.
She doesn't,
Right.
like I said, she's a pretty joyful person, so she doesn't really get upset. And I guess another time too would be, we were gonna move to another house, and we were gonna be under contract, and so we had everything squared away on our side, but we had to wait for somebody to buy our house. And she really wanted this house, and she was just mad about why can't we move. And there's a process you have to go through,
It took 4 months.
and it turned into this journey of months. And we had put all of our stuff in storage except for a couple of suitcases, figuring we'd be moving in a week or two. So
Right.
we would move and then go get everything out of storage. And so we were living out of suitcases. We had just mattresses on the ground at the other house, and just like I said, it turned into months. And so just every day just being like, where are we at? I'm like, I have no idea. I haven't talked to anybody today. I need to find out. And there's a lot of people you have to go talk through.
Sure.
And so yeah, that was a while that she, it wasn't
I'm very emotional. So
super angry, but it
You're a
was just
woman.
everyday emotion of just like, she was ready to go. And it was a tough spot too, because here I am again. I'm stuck. I'm like, we already have a house. Like, we're living in a house, but I can't just go get this house. Like, there's a process. And
this is right after, this was like 4 months after Eli, when we were talking last week, where Eli came into the hospital, and we were at our height of faith. And then he still had the faith, and I was faltering in my faith, where I was like, why is he allowing this to take forever and all this stuff? And I was like, how fast our faith can go like this when things don't go our way. And so he kept reminding me, like, you need to be trusting in me and the Lord, like, during this, because I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, very good. Very good. Well, we're gonna guys, I hope y'all enjoying this and getting some insight from these young people. 30, how old again?
37 and 36.
37 and 36. If you want it bad enough, it'll happen. Because this is living testimonies right here. Okay, so Paul, we're about to wrap this up, and I would like to know, what word do you have for the young men out there, the young married couples? What would you say to them? Anything from your heart? Just what would you say?
I would say commitment. Just be committed to doing things every day. It's not, it's a battle every day. There's no quick fix. It's just doing your part every day. You're gonna mess up. You're not perfect. Nobody is, but just if your intention is to be committed and to make it work, that's what I would give them.
Awesome. All right, Shay, it's on you, my girl. What would you say to the young ladies out there, the young married ladies? Some good advice.
Having good communication. I think that's really helped our marriage succeed, is not being afraid to tell him how I feel. And then same thing for him, being able to communicate with me how, if I'm struggling with something, to say it. And don't nag. Men don't like naggers. Be an encourager.
Yes.
I want to be his best cheerleader.
Very good. Say that loud. Say it one more time.
Be a cheerleader for your husband.
So you guys hear that? We want to thank you, Shay and Paul. You guys were beautiful. You are
Thank you.
beautiful. And I wish you many, 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 many more years of a beautiful union.
Thank you.
Guys, we are just keeping it real with DTM Real Talk. See you next week. Well, guys, I know that you have enjoyed the last 2 months of our marriage episodes, because I definitely have. It's been pretty interesting. And I know tonight, Shay and Paul did an incredible job. I want to thank Paul for being intentional about looking after his wife, being intentional about being concerned and encouraging her, and Shay being intentional about gaining your self-confidence and actually being intentional about learning, discovering the learning styles of your children. That is very, very important. And so I encourage other parents to do the same. It's taken me over 20 something, almost 30 years to learn it. And so I've mastered it now by the grace of God only. And I'm able to communicate a little better. So thank you so much. You guys did an incredible job. And all the couples before then. Well, guys, we have exactly one more month, the month of August. And we're going to have 2 amazing couples in August. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because they are so excited about coming on, sharing their journey with you. And I also wanted to let you know that I have been working on my first book project. Guys, I've been writing and journaling since I was 10, 13 years old. And I have been journaling from then until now. I actually pulled out of the closet journals that I had in the 80s. In the 70s. It's crazy. But anyway, I didn't know it was supposed to be a book until 2008. So it took me 13 years to get to it, from 2008 until now. Well, some things happened, and I'll explain that to you a later time. But nevertheless, my book will be coming out for pre-order. The name of it is Determined to Discover Why. And basically, it's the story of my life. And I am actually sharing the pain of bitterness, the pain of rejection, and the pain of betrayal. That's what the whole book is about. In these instances in my life, these stages in my life, from my childhood all the way up to now. And I'm actually sharing that and what God was doing at that time. He didn't reveal it to me until now. So the entire book is going to explain to you, share with you my story in hopes that you can gain light and get a little hope from my story, so that you can really know that you're not alone, so that reading my story can maybe mentally shape you into the amazing person God has designed you to be. I'm excited. And I thank you all so much, the ones that have responded to me with an email. If you'd like to go on my email list for my updates, all you have to do is send me your email, and I will put you on my list and keep you updated on my progress. I am so excited because I finally got it out. God's been saying, do it, you can. And I kept procrastinating for the stupidest reason ever, but it's all good. It's out there now. Now, from this book, a whole lot of other books are on their way. Trust me when I tell you. It's been an amazing journey. And sometimes we look at our journeys and we say, why? That's the name of my book, Determined to Discover Why. We wonder why this happened and why that happened. And God, this is supposed to be better. Why is this going on? Well, there's a method to the madness. God has purpose in everything. He doesn't waste anything, guys. Nothing is wasted. Remember the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? That didn't seem like it was enough. But if I remember correctly, the story tells that there were leftovers at the end. So God doesn't waste anything in your life. there's going to be leftovers that you can use to help someone else see just a little bit better, to help someone understand just a little bit better, to help someone come to a place of freedom in their lives. And that's why I wrote my story for you. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.